Good afternoon and welcome to Bendat Basketball Stadium here in Perth. Thank you for joining us at the 2023 AMMNA Men's and Mixed Netball National Championship. My name is Dan Cook. We are here to watch the elimination final between Queensland and New South Wales. Joining me in commentary this afternoon is Heath Brown. Heath, welcome.
Thank you, Cookie. It's actually my first call of the tournament, so excited to see the 3-4 match in the Men's Open. Should be a cracking game.
Yeah, great to have you alongside of me, joining me in commentary. And, well, I'm looking forward to seeing what it is that the Queensland team finishing in fourth can do with possession starting off today. Heath, do you want to take us through the starting lineups for each team?
Sure can. So, for the Queensland Suns, Carter under the post at shooter. Goal attack is Webb, wing attack Jordan, centre Hosking, wing defender Ormanshaw, and goal defence Nichols, goalkeeper Leonard. For New South Wales, at goal shooter as he shoots the first goal is Anton Stahilski. Goal attack is young Nathan Germack. Wing attack is Eugene Lee. Centre is Liam Forcadia. Wing defence Dylan Nexip. Goal defence Jamal Nicholson. Goalkeeper Callum Price. Big news is no Victor Nikolic for New South Wales with that ankle injury yesterday.
Yeah, sustaining an ankle injury yesterday, leaving a big hole to fill. However, not a bad replacement in Callum. That's right. So, fantastic work. Callum Price getting a start at goalkeeper. 2 goals now straight away on the scoreboard. Not the start Queensland would have been after. Now Jordan in possession finds Hosking. Can't hold onto the ball, but there we see the bodywork from Price.
That's what Price brings to this back half, is the physical game he has on the body, probably more so than Nikolic. So expect to see a lot of close marking under the post at the Queensland shooting circle. Yeah,
good little split defence structure, really confusing the space. Queensland have been letting the ball go early all week to Lockie Carter. However, Carter steals that one out of the air. Now ball back with Queensland. Jordan not finding anything inside the circle. Nash Hosking driving across. And quick ball in from Jordan Webb finds Carter under the post. And the first goal on the scoreboard for the Queensland Suns. New South Wales with the centre. Forcadia finds Eugene Lee. Tell me what you think of the starting lineup for New South Wales, Heath.
Yeah, look, it's probably not a surprise. Young Nathan Germack has absolutely owned that bib in the last part of this tournament. And Eugene, the experienced ball carrier at wing attack, is not a surprise either. So I think that front end is what we expected. And then through the court, same type of lineup they've had all week.
Yeah, really good to see Germack getting out onto the court there, pushing Eugene Lee out to wing attack, but I have to agree with you. Lee does a lot of the ball carrying work for the New South Wales team, either in goal attack or wing attack. Now finding Webb, quick release into Carter.
Jordan's had a great tournament as well, I think, on debut in Opens. And again, ball carrying responsibilities for a Queensland side that is very young. He has stood up for that side.
Yeah, I definitively have to agree with you. I've had Queensland in commentary a couple of times already this week, watching them separately, and I think he is massively impressive. What a talent, what a find for Queensland. And Stahilski now puts the 4th goal on the scoreboard for New South Wales. Queensland with the centre to come. No one forward there. Nichols takes the drive. Hosking able just to jump the ball out and over. Callum Price finding Carter under the post. New South Wales back with possession. Liam Forcadia chucks it to Eugene Lee. Jamal Nicholson with the ball. Lee can't keep possession. And Queensland now with the turnover.
It's been the story of the tournament, really. Teams making basic errors and then their opposition getting runs against them. It'll be interesting to see in finals whether that pattern also plays out as the pressure's on.
Yeah, great quick ball in from Jordan Webb. And he gets the ball back from Carter. Flick off. Carter often just finding some space easily. And now bringing that back to 4-all. Nichols in possession, finds Webb. Quick ball in. Price caught on the wrong side. And Jordan Webb just takes a step back, flicks it over the top, finds Carter.
Just the ball speed from Queensland, and now they've found their strides in the last 2 minutes. Just ready to bounce over that transverse at pace, and good luck catching them, they say to New South Wales.
Yeah, Jermack gives the quick release to Eugene Lee. Now sitting at the back all by himself. Nathan Jermack sinks that one now for New South Wales. And just out along the sideline here for Jack Jordan. Runs back through the middle, no options for Queensland. Oh, sending the ball long over Dylan Nexhip. Now with Hosking, and drawing the penalty is Jordan Webb. Sets up Lockie Carter on the hold.
So the key to playing with a tall, as you would know, Dan, you've played in a small circle in the Dan Ryan, Dan Cook era. You've also played during the Dave Chisholm era, etc. The key to this lineup, when you've got a tall and a small, I think you'd agree, but please tell me if a defender's got it right, is the separation. Making sure that the isolation is there to have one-on-ones right through that third.
Yeah, it's funny. You look at the switches and the ability to actually probably get close to the other goaler and then to actually get apart from them, and the continuous movement of the circle. Whether you've got that stationary goaler or not, you want to have one person getting in and out and really taking responsibility to draw the defenders away from each other. And that's probably what I think will be the key. Jordan Webb doing a fantastic job of it at the moment, taking responsibility for seeing where the space is and sinking the goal. Beautiful shot from the youngster.
Beautiful range shot as well. He will go to post from anywhere.
Now ball with Eugene Lee. Sends it back to Nexhip. Just relieving the pressure. New South Wales now with the penalty for Kadia. Just a nice quick give and go. Jermack, though, running into the back space. Probably clogged it up, but finding Stahilski under the post.
Stahilski's grown as the tournament's gone on as well. I thought against Queensland yesterday he really really steered the ship in the first half for New South Wales. So it'll be interesting to see if Leonard, the young fella from Queensland, has a game plan to stop that today.
Now, ball with Hosking. Long drive across the circle, but found and straight up to Lockie Carter, who jump shots the ball through the ring. Great start to this match. Just one goal. Ball going with centre. Jermack sends it across. Eugene Lee not able to keep it in.
There's a lot of, we call width and depth as coaches in the game. There's a lot of width play in New South Wales attacking game where they first option are constantly looking cross court. I think there's a need to create that depth in the court, which is baseline to baseline movement that we haven't seen enough of from them so far.
Oh, ball over the top now. Hosking not able to keep it in. Queensland may rue that opportunity. And Nexhip sends it all the way across the court. Driving through. And here, Eugene Lee not able to find something forward, but not turning the shoulders either to look down the court. And Nexhip sends it long. Ahaka Leonard in the front space. Wrong option chosen from Nexhip. Queensland flying down.
Just anything that comes off circle with Leonard there is going to be eaten alive. Through the tournament, he's shown when the ball's short and on circle, he struggles for that front position occasionally. When it's long and coming in, even if he's behind the play, he can out-jump pretty much everyone.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. All of the young kids for Queensland have been massively impressive throughout the week. Fantastic to see four of them get the start too.
They've almost got nothing to lose in this game. There's a few experienced folks out there for both sides who probably feeling the nerves of having some youngsters with absolutely nothing to lose against them. And I agree, Queensland flooding the likes of Leonard, and then you've got Webb up front who's been in the team for a while, Jordan, etc. It's exceptional netball for people on debut.
Yeah, got to remember some of these kids are just 20 years old. That says bright future here for Queensland.
I don't think they'd like us calling them kids, but I certainly always use that age as well.
Definitely.
I think it's more about the separation between our age and their age.
Definitely looking back when making the opens at such a young age, I think of myself now as definitively a kid. So it's a very, very different, but has great signs. How old were you when you first made an opens team?
Listen, that would have been New South Wales, and I think, it was roughly about 20, so around those age. So it's... I remember the mentality as well, and you can see it out on court with these boys. It's you don't really have a view on who you're playing against. It's like it could be anyone.
Yep.
And so it's pretty free-spirited netball, and you can see it out there already. The ball flow, the contest work. It's just been a great showcase for young talent in the system in Queensland in particular.
Yeah, for sure. Now ball with Forcadia outside. Jermac tries to get through. Ball quickly in. Stahilski draws the penalty on Leonard and puts that one through. Now New South Wales just able to bring that back to 1 goal now with the centre finding Lee. Now Forcadia on the long drive. Mark Nichols saw that one coming and causes Forcadia to knock the ball out of court. So New South Wales not able to put the ball through the ring here, and Queensland in possession. Just struggling a little bit with the New South Wales press, but sends it long. Dylan next hip just read that one coming.
What he's done all week for this New South Wales side is a true captain's role. Whenever they need the ball, he ball carries. Whenever they need intercept ball, he'll get ball through middle. So the big challenge for Queensland, particularly in that long court game, is to probably work out ways to keep Dylan next hip away from the contest.
Yeah, sending the ball over next hip. Look, his backwards elevation is fantastic. His body pressure on the body is great as well. And I think that's probably the wrong option if Queensland are to take it today. I'd be looking at getting him on the move, which is probably where he's a little bit weaker, getting off the body to take that possession in an uncontested area. Hosking sends that one over the goal line, just not able to find Carter now.
Mid-court errors from both sides creeping in. Looks like there might be some nerves and some probably confusing the space from defenders as well, working out for them on both ends.
Yeah, just want to touch on one little piece of statistic. Under 23s today, defending champions knocked out. Reserves, defending champions knocked out in the elimination final. Is that what we're going to witness possibly today?
Well, listen, I'm not allowed to wear my light blues during commentary, but I think the thing we're saying about Opens Division, those of us that have been around for a little while, is how good is it to have, I think, 5 teams, but definitely these 4 that have made it within 10 goals of each other, which, bar a couple of games, that's what we had. So the best thing about this contest, and the one that's on the other court with 1-2 right now, is anyone can win these matches on their day, and that's exactly what the fans come to see.
Yeah, correct. I think that the future of men's netball looks great there. Jordan Webb, front cut, slots the ball through the ring, puts it out to 2 goals for Queensland. Sends the ball backwards.
The Queenslanders, I think there's a lot of belief in this side early.
Yeah, nothing to lose, Queensland here. Jordan caught on the body, not able to clear next hip. And time held for the ball. Nichols looks forward, quick offload. Price up with it. Next hip pulls the ball in. New South Wales now moving through the court. We see Miller on at centre as well for New South Wales.
For those at home, sister Annie Miller, great netballer for the Lightning in the Suncorp League. Joey Miller plays a lot like his sister when you see him in full flight and hitting circles. Yeah,
definitely would agree with you there. Now Eugene Lee sends the ball into Stahilski, and Stahilski puts the ball in the hoop.
Question for you, Dan. When you're in a game and we've got the advantage of the coaches have the advantage of substitutions through quarter, there's one argument which says it disrupts flow when you've got concentration. There's another saying it works. What's your observation across the Opens division been?
I think a couple of changes have been beneficial at times. Sometimes the fresh leg works. and other times you need to let the team kind of stick it out. It really depends on the team, I think, as well. Some coaches like to run a 7 and 8 players through their team, and some, if you've got a 9 or 10 definitively that you feel like you can readjust quickly, then the quick rotation works for you because you can change the dynamic of the game. I think it really depends on the squad. I have always been a big fan, and I'm disappointed that I never got to actually use rolling subs. I think it would have been very beneficial to Victoria during my playing day. The difference between myself and Brodie Roberts was huge and really could have messed with teams a little bit more.
I think that's what Victoria has done particularly well in this tournament. Coaches would be guessing what their 7 is, and if that 7 isn't working for a quarter, I think what they've shown is a great ability to be able to adapt to changes very quickly. In this game, I think New South Wales have made some changes that have really made that mid-quarter a little bit more free-flowing. So Joey Miller in the middle, bringing Eugene Lee into the game. Again, the separation we spoke about earlier in the circle, also critical for the mids. Yeah, Foucault is also probably used to being a bit of a ball carrier as well. So we've got 2 mid-quarters fighting for that ball constantly, crowding the space. It's not a bad move to bring Miller in, who's just clearing up the space nicely. But Eugene Lee lets the ball go. Ahaka Leonard stops the drive through, and now just no time left. Jack Jordan sends it down, but that does round out the first quarter. Wow, interesting first quarter, just 1 goal the margin. Everyone at home, join us in a couple of minutes' time as we get off underway for the second. AMMNA Championship 2023, proudly supported by Bladen WA, Great Temptations, Sweet Treats, Spud Shed, West Coast Fever, and Netball Western Australia. Welcome back to the 2023 AMMNA National Championships. We're watching the Open Men's Division. It is the elimination final, 3rd versus 4th playoff. With this game in the balance, New South Wales lead 11 goals to 10. Heath, do you want to take us through the first quarter? Yeah, I thought the Queensland team settled first. Initially, a few kind of nerves that you could see. But they settled through the first half, and then I think New South Wales settled through the second, and that's why we saw some swaps of lead. The key contests for me are in that circle. Leonard versus Stahilski. Stahilski has been the clear target there, but Leonard's been getting ball towards the end. Same up this end. We've seen Price get some ball under the post against Queensland side. So I'm interested to see what happens at the bookends. I'm also interested to see what happens on the other court, Vic versus... I think you've got an update on Vic versus WA.
Vic versus WA, great start for Victoria. 6 goals up at the end of the first quarter. So they will be happy with that start as well.
Tell you what, Hosking did very well last night against New South Wales. I feel he, particularly in wing defence, his defensive game was a real hard line to get through. So seeing him at centre really causing some havoc there today is not unexpected.
Have to agree, I do like Ormisha back in wing defence with Hosking in centre. I think they work better in that combination together. Now ball with Stahilski, quick 1-2. Slight range there from Stahilski, drops it short, but pressure from New South Wales gets it back, and Stahilski puts another one on the scoreboard. 13 goals to 10 now. Great start to the quarter for New South Wales.
So move out with Webb out to wing attack. I actually really liked him at goal attack, thought he opened the space. What do you think Coach Gary Passion would have been thinking there?
Jack Jordan, probably not as influential as the other games against New South Wales. I thought he'd opened the space up really well in the last 2 games that Queensland and New South Wales have played. Really, unfortunately, not able to clear Dylan Nexhip at the moment. So good game so far from Nexhip, and I think that getting off the body is probably what Gary Passion is looking for so that Queensland can get their flow going.
Let's talk a little bit about the other youngster with the goal attack bib, Nathan Gurmat. He has come on in leaps and bounds, particularly the back half of this tournament. There was a game where he come on against Victoria in particular and really opened it up. What have you seen in his game as a specialist yourself with that bib? Yeah,
well, I was lucky enough to watch him play the Reserves Grand Final last year. I thought he was spectacular. Then the excitement that I got to see with him making the Open Men's team for New South Wales this year. Look, it's really important to keep every goal attack on their toes, and I think that's exactly what he's going to do to Eugene Lee. It's what Brodie Roberts was able to do to me. I was able to do the same thing to Dan Ryan. That is the culture that you want to breed into your team, and he is delivering for New South Wales at the moment.
Talk about delivering. Carter, under the post. Lockie nails a contested rebound to goal.
Ball now with Webb. Swings it back to Ormisha. Just a little static from Queensland at the moment. And a cause call there on Nicholson in the way of Darren Gillespie. And Webb takes the penalty now. Ball in hand with Lockie Carter. Jump shot specialist.
Definitely a layup specialist under the post. That's a massive step.
Yeah, look, Eugene Lee, probably not the right choice of drive. Really didn't give an angle, and I think that's the result of body pressure on that centre pass. Hosking, strong body in the air, delivers the ball to Gillespie. And Queensland, another one. Now back to one with the centre pass. Webb out uncontested on the centre. Nowhere to go, throws it back. Gillespie, long drive, quickly flicks the pass in. Or just needs to get some space in that pocket, does Jordan Webb.
We've found a lot of our tools in this tournament. Again, Dan, interested with your insight. On that 4 foot from the post, very shootable range for most shooters. Most of the tools are choosing to refeed circle. Thoughts?
Hate it. Definitely.
In one word?
Yeah,
maybe two?
Definitely dislike it. I think there's the opportunity for it. Seen a lot of option from goalers as well to not take the shot from that short range and really keep the defenders guessing as to whether they will or will not take it. Jermac, for me, probably has been doing it. Brodie Roberts done it a couple of times, but often we're looking at the refeed. So, look, if you're a goal shooter and you can, Lockie can jump shot it from a 4 foot distance, and he should be able to do so. Haven't seen too many swatted away. Yeah, not a fan of the reset because the ball's out in the in the space for someone else to get a turnover ball from it. And if you can get the ball close enough to the post, you should be putting it up and in.
So there is another feeding error on the circle for New South Wales. Certainly something they'll want to correct before this game continues on too much longer.
Now ball with Nicholson. New South Wales, great tip there from Nathan Jermack. Off the legs of Queensland now. Next hip, ball in hand, finds Miller. Miller's been a good introduction to the New South Wales team. Looked a little more settled. And Jermack stepped back and sinks a goal.
That's the responsibility to post you want to see in your goalers. Those mid to long range, and he sits back in his stance, often stepping back to create some space, and boy has he been accurate this tournament.
Yeah, look, that's rhythm for a goal attack. If they have that step back in their repertoire, look, one of my favourites as well. I understand the reason why it just clears so much space, draws a defender, opens everything up for the circle. Great touch from Callum Price. Miller, though, lucky for New South Wales to keep possession.
Eugene Lee really high up in the court. Again, back from my goal defence days, one of the things you want in long court is making sure that the space is clear for you to drive into. So at the moment, New South Wales finding themselves very high in the court, and therefore the space is clogged, Cookie.
Yeah, I agree with that analysis as well, Heath. Oh, beautiful ball, Anton Stahilski, finding Nathan Jermack all alone under the post. Bounce pass through the mess. Out to 3 goals now for New South Wales. Lockie, here we go. Mid-range, lays the ball up, draws the penalty. That's the one that I'm looking for the goal shooter to do, is to draw that penalty, even if it's not on, away from hands, force the defender into tunnel.
We talk about more passes, particularly in circle, more opportunity for turnover, and I think that's particularly what these two defenders, Cal Price and Leonard at the other end, really like intercept ball.
Yeah, it's not just that, the ball going on the outside. Lots of what I've been impressed with is the umpires letting go a lot of the circle edge work for both teams. There's not a lot of this, I like to call it bit ticky touchwood. Penalties get called for no real reason, let the defender contest, and I think it's been great throughout this championship to let the physicality go, let the ball on the outside be contested.
Talking about physicality there, Callum Price, 2 tips, 2 intercepts in a couple of minutes. Let's see how Queensland respond. That means they'll be extra mindful of that high ball coming into Carter. Yeah,
Jermack just losing Nichols in the space, then finds himself open and free at the back. New South Wales now out to a 4-goal lead. Eugene Lee, not lots on offer, flicks it in to Dylan Nexhip, who finds Lee at the top of the circle. Great touch from Leonard.
That's the ball he wants. When it's above Stahilski's head, he has the ability to do what I call a Shamira Sterling, that leap from behind and tip behind the contest to intercept.
Yeah, don't know how you feel about it, but sometimes I'd like to see Anton just demand and control the circle a little more. Sometimes gets a little bit timid, and when he's up and about and actually kind of doing the work rate, demanding some ball, directing things, it's a lot easier, one, for the goal attack to be directed through it, but it's a lot easier to find the space that he wants the ball put into.
Correct. I think when he's a target ripping ball in, showing his feet as clear space, he is as good as anyone in this competition, and I think last night he showed it against Queensland, and he'll be looking to bring that again today. Yeah,
funny, he's actually quite deceptively tall. I always forget he's a good 6'6" whenever he walks past me. Me, not quite at 6 foot. I always go past and I'm looking upwards. He's got the height on him, has the body size on him to actually protect space, so would like to see him use it just a little bit more. Callum Price now with the ball. Blundell bringing the ball through the court.
So he gets his first intercept in the game, Blundell. He's also a men's reserves graduate. Big raps on him before he got an injury in the off-season, but coming right at the right time of the tournament so far.
Yeah. Look, the rotation from the New South Wales defenders has been steady. Look, Nikolic was a goaler a few years ago in the under-23s, making his way down into the defensive end. I've really liked the rotation that New South Wales have had in that goal defence spot to go with all of the short goalers.
I think when you're replacing someone like Taylor Glassy in that position, who dominated last year's Nationals, So Queensland here hopefully finding easier passage to post.
Yeah, next hit there got called for the penalty. Oh, that's the extra pass, flick pass that sometimes doesn't come off. And Price around the outside.
Coming alive, isn't he? Lockie Carter needs to rip those balls in.
And Gillespie sinks that one now back to 2. Just 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Elimination final. Mark Nichols out with Jermack, takes the intercept. And now ball with Webb. Can see Jack Jordan now in at goal attack in the substitution box, waiting to replace Darren Gillespie.
This is the thing I've loved about Gary's passions coaching, the Queensland coach all tournament. When the game's on the line, he's not scared to back his youngsters, and it has produced some great results for him through the week. Yeah,
agree. Now next hit with the ball finds Blundell, looks down at Harker Leonard, saw the ball coming into Jermack, swats it away, tips the ball out of court. Now, Nichols called for a penalty, so we move back to the centre. And left all alone now. Hosking causes the penalty. Quick tip from Nichols, and Joel Owen calls the throw in for New South Wales' favour. And great work there by Queensland, really dictating the space, making it hard for New South Wales to throw the ball in.
You can see the work Hosking is doing on Eugene Lee. The body work, the constant, high ball. They don't want to put a ball in because Hosking is going to... He obviously has the height advantage there, but he also is contesting everything at the moment.
Yeah, Jermack puts the ball up into a contested ball for Stahelski. Stahelski rips that one in now. And now 3-goal lead retained for New South Wales.
I feel like this game is at a real tipping point at the moment. Teams going goal for goal. Who is going to break this open? Will Queensland get past that couple of goal margin, or will New South Wales find a next gear?
And looking for the pass, not on, so Jack Jordan puts it up but chases the rebound, causes the penalty, gives the ball off to Lockie Carter, who slots that for the Queensland Suns. New South Wales in possession. Sitting with Nexip now. Ormisha called for the penalty. Just a little bit of a hold on Eugene Lee. Lee tries to cross through the penalty.
Just those pressure release contacts that are on midpoint of goal third to on circle, particularly in the men's game, they just create so much easy access to the shooters. So Queensland and New South Wales will have to do more about making sure they're clean on that contest halfway to circle edge.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think they let off the pressure that they're doing so much work to keep away from the circle edge.
Can we just talk about Jordan's fly through the circle there? God, he's opened the game up. It's similar to the way we saw Nathan Germack do that yesterday.
Yeah, the way in which he moves through the court and can get off the body. I think it's a smart move now to move him into goal attack. Jordan Webb's been able to cope with Dylan Nexhip since the change. So ball finds Stahelski, doesn't look to post, wants a re-feed. But Queensland just left waiting. Oh, and possession. Mark Nichols, great take.
Now that's the confidence you spoke about earlier. The first re-feed was a 2-footer. The second shot was a 1-footer. And Stahelski just...
Yeah, I do feel that
you
can get in Stahelski's head if you can push him out from the circle. He has a couple of misses. He then doesn't want to put the ball up. So,
Price on another intercept. He's saying to his New South Wales side, I'll keep you in it, boys.
Yeah, maybe not the amount of court time for the week that Price would have been after. But standing up saying, I want to take you through to the prelim tonight. Harker Leonard.
Isn't he alive now? This is what I found him through the week. As soon as he gets to sniff a couple of high balls.
Yeah, Eugene Lee should be smarter with the delivery of that ball, though, in to Stahelski. Jermack, though, puts that one on. Just 7 seconds remaining in this half, and Jordan Webb sends it out over the goal line, rushing to get the ball to post. And that brings us to the end of the first half. It is the elimination final between New South Wales and Queensland. New South Wales take us, though, to the break, leading 22 goals to 19.
Having a pretty good season this year, Andy.
By the look of this lot, you are too.
Well, we've got a good team out in the field. You want to go meet them?
Sure. So what do you grow here?
We've got broccolis, collies over there, carrots, you name it. We harvest it today, catch. And it's in the stores tomorrow.
So you guys are the midfielders of the fruit and veg?
At Spot Shed, we grow it.
We sell it, you save.
Giving this season everything we've got. Just try and stop us. Don't miss the excitement of West Coast Fever at RAC Arena. Tickets on sale now at ticketek.com.au. Giving this season everything we've got. Just try and stop us. Don't miss the excitement of West Coast Fever at RAC Arena. Tickets on sale now at ticketek.com.au.
AMMNA Championships 2023 proudly supported by Bladen WA, Great Temptations Sweet Treats, Spud Shed, West Coast Fever and Netball WA. Welcome back to the 2023 AMMNA National Championships here at Bendat Basketball Stadium in Perth. You are watching the elimination final between New South Wales and Queensland. New South Wales currently leading 22 goals to 19. Heath Brown, Australian netball, men's netball legend.
Let's call me a player.
Former player.
I don't live up to the legend. Terry.
Sure.
We'll leave that to people like you.
Very kind.
I think that first half, just if we summarise before we get into this half, you saw what was a very close scoreline for most of that first half. No one took competitive edge. I think the defensive end started to get on top of their respective shooting lines at the end of that half. So interested, Cookie, to see how both shooters respond, and that Cal Price has answered part of that question.
Yeah, he's able to take some ball through the air, is Cal Price. And now New South Wales flying through the court, throwing the ball across the circle. Anton Stahilski finds Miller. Jermak just finding space, and the ball delivered up to Stahilski.
Wants Stahilski ripping in.
Yeah, good body position away from the defenders. He's the first one to the ball. That would be my preference as well. Stahilski now in possession and confident shot this time.
Talk to me about this shooter-to-shooter feed in the gut. Certainly featured in a lot of smalls and tall combos. We've seen it a lot in this tournament. Something that's new to the game, or something that's unique to men's, or you know, your view on?
I reckon it's very much unique to men's. Wasn't often probably in my repertoire. I don't mind it, especially playing within the rules, and it's at safe. What I like is the safe netball when it comes off. So if it's there, use it. Especially on the penalty, if that's the preference for the goal shooter position. I really haven't played with a shooter that likes that ball, but if they did, I'd definitely like to flick it.
Because we've seen it from Gilbard. Stahilski likes that ball. Down this end, Lockie Carter to a certain degree, Victoria Bambi. So it's certainly something that's the flavour of the month in Open Men's Netball this year.
It is, or bit of a head clash between Miller and Lee. Lee not looking fantastically happy with that one. Now with Jermak, see that nice little flick. Though sometimes I think that's becomes part of the issue, is that we're just used to this little flick and hands getting in the way of the contest. It's just a little messy at times for me.
Let's talk about, Dan, on this court you've got so many, let's call them developing, emerging players in their position. And then if we use Joe Miller on at centre and having huge game impact versus a Aussie player in Forkadee being on the bench, what's going on there? Is it performance related? Is it combination related? What are you seeing out there? Because we've seen it across a couple of teams where international stars find themselves on the pine.
I'm glad. It keeps them honest, and I think it's great that coaches are not willing to sit in the legacy of what it is you've put out, and you've got to do the work on the court. And not just be allowed to because you've got or worked to get the name for yourself, making that Australian team. If you're not putting the work onto court, then here's the bench because I've got a kid that's willing to take it. I'm glad New South Wales, Queensland, Victoria, all looking at doing that same thing through their lineup, and I think the kids are showing us really what it is that they can offer to the game. And Joe Miller's done a great job. Does come down to matchups today, I think. You've got to work out who the ball carrier is. So I wouldn't be surprised to see if we saw Eugene Lee go to the bench for Liam Forkadee, because they do play kind of that similar ball carrying role. But it really wasn't working for them at the start of the match, and Joe Miller just finds the space, lets Eugene Lee do the work.
So Jordan injecting himself back into this game. I think same up this end. The impact that young Jordan's had on opening this front line has been great. A little bit slower to start.
Yeah, Lockie Carter just not on the hold effectively, then made it hard. Cal Price taking advantage of it and getting the tip for New South Wales. New South Wales now extended them up. What a leap from Nathan Jermak. That was a rip.
I'm looking at our Australian high-performance analyst, Caitlin Jones, trying to get the number of intercepts and tips that Callum Price has had in this game. I think it's got two pair of hands standing up at the moment. So just what a great impact. Like you said earlier, has not had as much court time because of his injury pre-tournament, and peaking at the right time at the moment.
Yeah, really filling the gap for Nikolic that he is left, filling in that keeper space. He spent a lot of time during the week. That injury to him yesterday has moved him to the bench. Now, Queensland in possession. And Jack Jordan just finding space. I'd like to see him exploit Blundell's lack of speed, though, but can't put the ball through the ring. Now, New South Wales moving through the court. Jermack all by himself down in the New South Wales attack end. Hosking unable to stick with Miller.
Just again, we see Hosking refusing to give an easy ball to his feet. It's that comment you said earlier, Cookie. The contest is being allowed to play. One of the things we teach our players to do is play to the whistle. And like you, I've really enjoyed the fact that the wings and the middies can really contest that ball physically outside.
Yeah, I think it's taking a little bit of time maybe for the crowd. I've heard a lot of people saying, well, it's physical. I'm enjoying the physicality that the open men's division has been allowed to have here. Oh,
Marty again with an intercept.
Yeah, what he is not maybe having in speed, he's able to get himself into a good spot to kind of make Jack Jordan unaware of where the space is for him to flick the ball, and that's a couple of touches in a row now. New South Wales have now extended the lead out to 9 midway through the third quarter. Fantastic work from them. It started at 3, so it's a 6-goal lead for the quarter. Touch from the captain, Glenn Ormisher, just what Queensland asked for.
He's limping himself back on court, takes that contest, so should be okay.
Now sends the ball long, and Jordan just not putting the ball into the right space for Lockie Carter. Really struggling to find the area to locate Carter in today's second and third quarters for me at the moment.
I think they're doing the right thing in terms of if they're going to get themselves back in this game, the volume has to come from Carter. So, right thing, wrong execution on the last couple, but if there's one thing they've shown us through the week, they can correct very quickly.
Yeah, Lockie Carter probably just too much movement at the moment as well, trying to make sure Price doesn't have the space. It's making it hard for Jack Jordan to work out the space to feed. New South Wales now lead back to 7. Joe Miller just having a field day through the court.
Just that pace he's got in second phase. I think New South Wales are at their best. It's definitely a New South Wales brand of netball in the women's game, and the men's game is long running, fast ball movement. When they're allowed to do it, they're great. When teams force them into shorter, slower game, that's when they struggle. So game on their terms in the front half at the moment.
Yeah, Hosking now in possession for Queensland. Queensland go back once again. Nichols, the ball carrier at the moment. And Jordan Webb double playing, puts the ball out to Carter, but we can see just the distance now that Queensland are being forced to get that ball from the post. Yes, drawing the penalty, and Jack Jordan puts the ball through, but I really think that that's causing some issues for Queensland.
I think the good thing they've done all week, and I expect them to do it in this game, great intercept there by Nichols, is they don't let teams run away with quarters. So if Queensland can keep punching away at this lead, I fully expect them to be able to reel this in.
Yeah, next hip. Oh, lucky to get the penalty there. I think Nash Hosking, it was a long drive, really didn't take some depth into the court. Next hip able to get close to covering. That is what next hip is great at, is that drive, flat drive across the circle. And Lockie just knocks the ball straight into his face.
So again, they're finding that, accessing that space the feeder's out in front of Carter. That's where he wants the ball. On extension, keep Price away from it. So big improvement from the Queensland feeders.
Now, ball in the hand of Jordan Webb. Sends it up. Great delivery there. Callum Price not able to get up with that one. Queensland drawing the penalty. This is to take it back to 5. Confident shot from Jack Jordan. Margin is back to 5. 5.5 minutes to go in the third. This is the elimination final. Loser of this match is eliminated from the competition.
And we heard the scoreline on the other court. The other Creel, Leonard, beautiful work. Unfortunately, Nichols undoes the work with a a bit of a hold under the contest. But what's happening on the other court, if it's still ringing true in this quarter, is we've got a Victorian side with a wet sail and a West Australian side lagging over there. So this competition is very much open.
All very open as well. Lockie Carter tips that one back. Oh, flings it off. The small youngster gets the hops up to pull the rebound in. The smallest in the circle now. Queensland bringing the margin back to 4 goals. New South Wales lead 30-26. And, just not the right option there in delivery.
This is the other thing about inexperience and experience. You see, when they get that run on, they get the run on because they're prepared to take some risks. But when you really need to get that next goal, that's when you want to hit circles, securely get the ball into your feeders. So just a quick correction needed from the feeders.
Stahilski not happy with the position re-feeding here. And Jermack just pops in the front, step back and hits the back of the rim. And now Queensland in possession. Great tip from Glenn Ormisher. Smart play from the captain. And now Lockie Carter finds possession and sinks the goal, bringing the margin back to 3. New South Wales now with the centre. Eugene Lee out, uncontested.
So just that release not there. This is what New South Wales through the week when they've struggled have options available. As soon as you hold that ball up, Queensland flood the space, ball no longer available. So just fast ball release is what they'll be looking to do to get the game back on their track.
Yeah, Stahilski pulls in the rebound. Both defenders for Queensland not able to be in the contest now. Nash Hosking in possession. Queensland now finding Webb. Webb sends it across the court to Jack Jordan. 1-2 quickly with Hosking and puts the shot up. Looks like Blundell may have got a tip to that goal. And New South Wales now with the ball. Next hip with the fumble.
Now it looks like New South Wales really struggling to get ball through court. Great pressure from Queensland on a full court press. And it creates the error.
Yeah, Joe Miller not staying on the court. Touches the ball from an off-court position. And New South Wales will be gutted to lose that one. And Lockie Carter pulls the ball in, creates the contact on Cow Price. 3 goals now New South Wales way. And time called by Joel Owen. The ball on the court is the call, resetting the retake of the centre pass. Miller now finds next hip. Jermack up high.
You just feel like there's some real stunted movement in that New South Wales front line. And there's a replay call.
Yeah, that static short movement really doesn't allow for you to put nice ball to your friends. And I wouldn't be surprised as Liam Forcadia does walk across into the substitute box that a change would be made. Now Lockie Carter under the post brings the margin back to 2. It is a Queensland centre as well.
Brought the crowd into it as well. You can hear during the call there is a lot of noise in the background, which is certainly something these youngsters have responded to through the week.
And I love the fact that the young kids are willing to let the ball go long when there is a gap. And that ball is hitting the player as well. Jack Jordan we now see with the ball over to Lockie Carter. It is a 1-goal ball game with 1.5 minutes remaining. Liam Forcadia, Australian player, enters the game once again. Try and take some control here. And Mark Nichols saw Eugene Lee's drive coming, just not able to get in the way effectively.
I think what we're seeing is, aside from poor execution from New South Wales, you have to pay a lot of the credit of this turnaround to Queensland's defensive pressure. As soon as they've got off body into their structures, you saw a box there, you saw a split ring, they're getting ball 50% of the time.
Yeah, now burning speed at the moment, Queensland finding themselves off the body, which is what they wanted to do against New South Wales. It would have been the game plan there from Gary Passion. Now with an opportunity to take this one out. Dylan next hip just trying to get in the way. Ball in from Jordan Webb and finding Lockie Carter. This is to make it even. And Queensland with the momentum and the centre pass. Just 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Ormisher finds Webb. Jack Jordan, all the space in the world at the moment. Penalty now, and great ball from Webb. This is for the lead. And in the space of a couple of minutes, 6-goal margin is reversed almost, and now we see Queensland go to the final term leading by 1 goal. Well, everyone sitting at home, if you cannot be here, keep your eyes tuned to the live stream on Clutch TV, because this final term is going to be an absolute blitzer. At the moment, Queensland leading New South Wales by the 1 goal. It is 32-31. AMMNA Championship 2023, proudly supported by Bladen WA, Great Temptations, Sweet Treats, Spudshed, West Coast Fever, and Netball WA. Welcome back to this thrilling encounter. It is the Open Men's Division at the 2023 AMMNA Championships, coming to you from Perth at the Bendet Basketball Stadium. We are here witnessing a comeback from Queensland, who have now taken the lead. A few changes for New South Wales as well. New South Wales fighting for the chance at the championship. Still not a fantastic quarter there, Heath, in the end for New South Wales.
Yeah, correct. I think they just started playing really within themselves, really inhibited netball. And then at the other end, you saw the opposite. You saw Webb, Jordan, Leonard down this end, Nichols. All of them got amongst it. All of them created intensity in their one-on-one contest. And that's why the scoreboard ticked over for them.
Yeah, and a couple of changes. Don't mind what it is that New South Wales have done. Dylan Nexhip moves into the goal defence position. I think that will be to give some body pressure to the youngster in Jordan. However, Webb just finds Carter under the post. Jack Vandervelde comes on into wing defence. Liam Forgadilla stays in at centre. Joe Miller returns to the court at wing attack. We see Jermack go to the bench, and Eugene Lee move back across to his traditional goal attack spot. No changes for Queensland. Not surprised. They have the momentum. And just a clip there with the hip from Nash Hosking. And that drive not clean from Forgadilla, but still retaining possession. Sending it out wide to Miller. Offside the call from Joel Owen. And no options available in the New South Wales goal circle. Stahilski not demanding, and we can see it there, the tip from Leonard.
I think it's that work that, like Leonard in particular, loves when he can have all four in the circle together. He wants the ball there because he can get it in the air. I think New South Wales have to go back to that first quarter strategy of separation, split the defenders.
Yep, now Queensland with the ball game back to even. Count Price in the contest, but Jack Jordan finding some space. Dylan next hip on the jump does look to cause a problem there. Ball rims out. New South Wales now in possession. So Jack Jordan now with a caution.
Didn't actually think there was much in that, but so they're away. This is the run that they'll want. New South Wales, Queensland need to be careful. They give them that space. New South Wales get the same momentum Queensland have been able to get.
Yeah, now Miller all alone at the line. Forkadia cuts through the front, gets the outlet from Stahilski. And looking for Stahilski there. Leonard able to get up for the ball. Mocked up by Vandervelde.
Beautiful back up there. Ormisha was running it like a steam train.
Yeah, Nichols just dropping the shoulder in front of Eugene Lee. Penalty now for New South Wales.
Yeah, holding the back arm there was Leonard. Acknowledges it to the umpire, and New South Wales ticking the scoreboard back over at the start of this fourth.
Now Queensland in possession, sends it back to Ormisha. And Webb with the drive, nothing on for Mark Nichols, and he sends it down to Lockie Carter, who can't keep possession. New South Wales now with a chance. Nash Hosking having a crack. Oh,
this is the contest work that I love from Hosking in defence.
Just the constant pressure.
Constant pressure. What it does to the feeder is if they see him coming at pace at the contest, they are going to either duck for cover like you just gestured there, or that hesitant ball happens and you stop the flow of the New South Wales front line.
Yeah, definitely like the high risk, high reward thing. Miller not able to keep it, bouncing off the legs there. And Forkadia has the ball sent over his head. Queensland now back in possession. 11 minutes to go, final term. It is the elimination final 2023 AMMNA Championship. Sending the ball in is Webb.
Just
flat ball.
Discipline too. When you turn the ball over from a transverse to post ball, the next one has to hit circle before you find your big target. Little bit of an experience from Webb. Love the way he's taken the game on, but that is the maturity you need in that moment to know got to hit circle before it goes in.
Yeah, New South Wales now extends the margin to 3, and that's a little damaging for the Queensland Suns. But that little flick pass, hands in the way.
So this is that separation New South Wales like and have in that front line now. You see it's Stahilski one-on-one with Leonard. Nichols being held to account by a faster running Lee. So I liked Queensland better in the last quarter that when they went into their structures. You saw lots of walls, lots of fours. I think they're trying to run with.
Yeah, Nash Hosking didn't really have a strong lead from Webb, threw it into the back space, and now New South Wales in possession. Lee free by himself. No contest from Nichols. Hosking with another contact. And Stahilski nowhere to go, but finds the back space. And sends the ball back. Vandervelde not able to hold it, mopped up by Next Hip.
There's a thing in Dylan Next Hip's game where he's a ball magnet at pressure times. It's not specky. He just seems to know where to put himself to take pressure out of the game, take pace out of the game when New South Wales need it.
Yeah, definitely a wise head for the New South Wales team. Love the change of putting him in to goal defence. And Stahilski now extends this one out to 5 for New South Wales. 6 goals up in the quarter.
There's just lots of run in this New South Wales side now. Lee, beautiful drive to the post and connects with a goal. So the changes have worked for New South Wales. Queensland now trying to inject something new.
Yeah, Sam Carlson now onto the court in centre to replace Nash Hosking. And the ball out of court, tipped
I think Callum Price sold a nice
That's
little
right.
lolly to the umpire there.
New South Wales now in possession. Nichols under Dylan Nexhip's feet.
This is
Nexhip
where
won't be happy.
the White Line Fever man himself, Dylan Nexhip, just gave a bit of the glare to the youngster.
Yeah, lovely off the court, not so friendly on it. And Eugene Lee, just all by himself now, takes the shot, but Sahilski
Hasn't he
first
come into
up.
this last quarter? This is what experience brings. So the experience of New South Wales, been here before, know what the contest is like, just showing up at important stages of this first half of the last quarter. The thing about momentum netball, and Queensland is very much a momentum side, you normally find it with younger lineup. When it's good, it's good. When it goes missing, that scoreboard can work out of your favour very quickly.
And this is what happened. They had a fantastic three quarters against Victoria the other day and just let the lead slip during the game, extending it out. Though Queensland still keeping it at 7, really needing to keep their head in the game. They're still in this, 7 goals down, 7 minutes remaining. New South Wales now in possession.
The thing they'll be confident with Queensland is they know they can pull back a 7-goal lead within minutes. They did it in the third. They've done it a couple of times during this tournament. So they just need a couple of key position players. Lockie Carter I'm looking for under the post is one of them more experienced. The youth of Leonard down the post, because he is a match winner. They need a couple of those players pulling out some big plays in this next few minutes. There was an opportunity missed. Stahilski with the rebound.
Yeah, Stahilski puts it away now for New South Wales. The lead out to 8. Carlson in possession, looking Webb, nothing forward. Jordan out on the side.
You see New South Wales going into that box formation that worked so well for Queensland in the last quarter.
And Jordan Webb.
Great work by Webb.
Work hard to get the ball, and Jack Jordan just sends it in to Lockie Carter. Puts the one on the scoreboard now. 7 goals the margin. New South Wales just 6 minutes remaining in this elimination final. Next hit.
Queensland need to apply pressure.
Yeah.
They're in a one-on-one structure.
Couple of risks now probably need to be taken as well in defensive structures.
Beautiful cross-circle ball from Lee.
And Leonard.
Cross-circle ball. Very ambitious from Miller. Leonard did exactly as he should.
Yeah, and Jack Jordan all alone on the goal line, and he sinks the goal for Queensland, exactly what they would have wanted. Carlson now with the centre, sends long ball down from Ormisher. Lockie Carter delivers it off. Cow Price, though, hand to a ball held in Jack Jordan's hand. He'll get the shot here and sinks the goal. Now, margin back to 5.
This is exactly what Queensland want, that scoreboard pressure.
Miller now back to Vandervelde. And Vandervelde sends it to a free Miller.
Over the mess.
And swinging the ball across the circle. Eugene Lee, little early there. Forkadian not happy with the options. New South Wales all the way back to the back end of the centre third.
This is pressure
and
building.
Ormisher nearly saw that one coming from Forkadia. Can hear the Queensland side going in. And Haka Leonard gets up, takes the swat. Stahilski looking for the penalty.
I think he thought he heard a whistle and then
Forkadia and Leonard, no. Great take from Stahilski.
This is what the contest you want. So Leonard and Stahilski dishing it up to each other under the post.
For anyone wanting an update on the other court, Western Australia have brought the margin back to 1. And Jack Jordan puts the ball through the ring, 43-38 to New South Wales. New South Wales fighting for their life right now, along with Queensland. This is the elimination final. Loser goes home in this one, and Stahilski unable to keep control of that ball, put in really flat feed in from New South Wales.
So Leonard is just making sure he forces that ball up where he wants it, and New South Wales playing into their hands at the moment.
Yeah, confusing the space fantastically well at the moment is Ihaka Leonard. Queensland need to stay steady, continue their drive and movement through the court. Who's coming forward, though, at the minute? And almost sends it to Nichols, out to Carlson.
The big question here will be who stands up in that circle. Lockie Carter showing he's ready for the challenge.
And Jack Jordan puts that one through the ring. We're now back to 4 goals. Just 3 minutes remaining.
So this has been the story of the match. New South Wales starting quarters really strong. Queensland sorting out some of their mistakes early in quarters to build towards the end. The question will be how New South Wales respond to this current run of goals from Queensland.
Yeah,
this centre pass crucial.
Interesting to see the different reaction from the coaches. Gary Passion up on his feet, Morigar sitting steady, cool as ever.
This is where I do not miss being a coach at all.
Me either. And Lockie Carter not able to keep control of that ball. Great work from Price to force it over the goal line. Now New South Wales, Webb.
What a great take from Vanderbilt, off one hand.
And this is where Eugene Lee comes into the play, gets himself just a couple of feet from the post, puts the settler in for New South Wales, and it's their centre pass as well. Queensland gutted.
That was a 2.9 second pass from Eugene Lee in second phase.
Yeah, Miller now swings it across to Forcadia. Eugene Lee just running outside the arc and thinks it now for New South Wales.
It's that circle sweep, Cookie. I know you used to love it. Opening the game up for Eugene Lee. Smart move to have him in the last quarter playing from there. Yeah,
definitely smart, steady with the ball as well. Lockie Carter finds space and puts it in. This is really the last opportunity for Queensland. Risks to be taken here if you want to stay in the championship. And Miller now with the ball. Vandervelde back to Miller. Eugene Lee with it, and great option. Yeah, but great option there to cite the mismatch in the post with Stahilski and Nichols.
Smart experience. Knows Leonard's out, so senses to look to post.
Yep.
Queensland still got a minute and a half. They need to get their skates on, though.
Ball with Carlson. He throws it up. Cal Price says no, not in this space.
Hasn't he stood up in a game where a tournament he hasn't had 4 quarters until yesterday? Really performing.
Yeah, running lots of goal defence as well was Cal Price. However, in-it keeper has been phenomenal in stopping Lockie Carter. Jack Jordan with the shot on goal. 46-41, New South Wales look like they're going to be safely now into the preliminary final this afternoon. And Miller sends it back. Leonard.
He
with
says
the
I'm
take.
not done yet.
Need to move the ball through the court at pace. Lockie Carter with the ball. It may be just a little too late, though, for Queensland. 30 seconds to go. 4 goals, the difference. Putting it up. Forcadia with the touch. That'll waste some time. Webb needs to send it in to Lockie Carter.
Jordan on the long.
Put it up. Nope. Not a lot of time left now. Lockie Carter looking to put that one up. Dylan Nexip just standing in the way, wasting some time.
Doing what a good pest does.
Smart play there, and just a few seconds remaining. We will now see New South Wales move on into the preliminary final this afternoon. No shot there on goal. However, wow, that was a fantastic elimination final.
What about the other court?
So we will keep you updated right now as to the result from the other court, as to who New South Wales will play this afternoon.
Let's reflect on this game, though. Queensland's tournament, now out of it. Finished 4th. No progress, but you have to say that what they've been able to do with a new list has been nothing short of a great achievement for their state.
I think it shows lots of the work that Gary Passion can do with the list, taking the raw talent that they have, finding the relevant boys to fill out their list. They've been developing for a little bit of time, would be. I'm ecstatic for them. I think there is so much potential in this Queensland team, and I think they should be very proud of the performance that they've put out.
New South Wales, let's talk about them. Also, lots of changes. We forget they had Pillier under the post, out, replaced with Stahilski. Adam Slattery, one of the all-time great mid-quarters, out, replaced with younger centre quarters. Down the defensive end, Taylor Glassy, Shane Clark, replaced. The fact they've been able to come out here, yes, they're not in that 1-2 playoff today, but maintain that level of performance with some youngsters themselves out there, you have to say that's a fantastic result for them.
Yeah, it is a fantastic result for them. I think they'll be really happy with the ability for them to maybe extend it out and make the changes they've been able to make. I think the bringing in of Van der Velde and Jermak into the team have been fantastic. The constant look, Nikolic has been great for them during the week, but we saw what Cow Price can do. It has been now confirmed that New South Wales will play Victoria tonight after the West Coast Thunder got up by 2 goals in the first semi-final. So stay tuned there. It will be an absolute cracker. New South Wales took out the first one in the game early in the week. Victoria took out the second. So this one is sure to be a fantastic game. West Coast Thunder now through to the final in their home state. They will certainly be pleased. They finally get a crack at taking out a national championship after developing after a few years. However, if you've joined us today, you did watch New South Wales take out Queensland. Heath Brown, thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Dan.
My name is Dan Cook. The score was 46-43 in New South Wales' favour. Stay tuned to the rest of the afternoon. We're back with you at 3:30.